Buenos dias, everyone. Welcome to the Hella Chismeando podcast. I'm Ashley.
I'm Brianna.
I'm Whitney.
And I'm the mom.
Well, we've had a pretty interesting week. Some people over here were in Mexico. How did that go?
It was all right. No. We went to Puerto Vallarta and we actually stayed in Nuevo Vallarta. And we got stuck in a hurricane. Our flights got canceled. We had to come back separate. But it was actually nice to be in a hurricane. I never seen nothing like it. So
New experience.
It was cute.
It was cute.
It was cute.
Their lashes stayed on. Shout out to our lash tech.
Oh, yeah.
We got to visit a lot of places. Where we stayed was pretty
Private,
and we didn't really get to experience a lot of like going deep into Mexico. So we all got together and decided to go out of the place that we were staying. So we got to visit a place called Sayuritas,
I think.
I loved it there. It reminded me a lot of Berkeley. There was a lot of people who spoke English there. There was this one lady, we got stuck on a road. My husband was driving. We rented a golf cart. That was super fun.
He was mashing in the videos.
Yes, he was. And we were all able to fit on there. And you could tell a lot of the locals that were there, they spoke English. And they just knew what they were doing, where they were going. Someone said, or I heard that they recorded 90 Day Fiancé.
Guys, I am a 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, for real?
Fanatic.
90 Day Fiancé.
Yes, I looked it up. Mom said the town, and I looked it up, and they recorded part of 90 Day on there, and I love 90 Day. I watch 90 Day religiously.
Like it's coming
show.
up, or like,
No,
previously?
Like they do a lot of their retreat couples where they get all the couples and send them to
It
resorts.
is a very beautiful little town.
No, I love 90 Day.
I liked it. And then another place that we visit was
Bucerías. Oh, Bucerías, I think.
Bucerías. That was sort of a small little town. It was more where tourists go to buy stuff, I think. They do have a famous place to eat seafood there. So that was cool to go there. We did not eat there because we were starving, and my stomach gets upset when I go to Mexico.
Mine
so I
too.
was like, it's safer for us to eat at the hotel.
IBS.
That's like IBS queen.
And then what was the other place we went, Brianna?
And then we went to. I'm probably saying this wrong.
Malicones. Yeah, and that's in Jalisco.
That's in Puerto Vallarta. It's like basically like a strip where there's like a bunch of little stores. Yeah, puestecitos.
They had a beautiful church there that I took pictures of. It was super nice. My husband had to eat these nasty ass tacos that he wanted to eat so bad. I told him, don't eat them. And they were really bad, and his stomach started hurting. And I said, there's no line. If there was a line of 20 people waiting to eat him, then eat him. But if not, but he just has to eat.
And then side note, the weather out there, I was not prepared for that. You couldn't even breathe. Everything was like stiff. It was crazy.
And then she comes back and she has a knitted sweater on.
Yeah, I love it.
Cold here.
Temperature change.
Same here. The weather was crazy. I was sweating so bad. Humidity was horrible.
Yeah.
There was one day I took a shower 6 times.
Damn.
Like being in a pool
no,
didn't even help.
Yeah, the pool didn't help.
It was warm.
Even the ocean water was like warm. Like that didn't even really help either.
So then in the elevator, I seen a note that says Hurricane Lydia Category 2. We should have got out then.
Yeah, we should have. Because we actually had family members that came with us, and they had left like 2 days.
Monday.
2 days before.
Sunday.
The day before.
They left the day before the hurricane happened, and I wish
2 days,
known.
but the day before you guys found out.
Yeah, I wish I would have known, because then we would have just flew back with them. And then on top of that, like even being at a resort for a week felt a little too long for me because it was too repetitive and too much of the same thing like every single day. So
I agree. It was too long.
I think like resort is like 3-4 days. You're good.
And I learned a lot for my future travels.
But I do want to say I am very happy that I was able to go, because it showed me I suffer really bad from anxiety, and it showed me that I can get on a plane again and fly. So.
Good job, sis. Proud of you.
Thank
and then
you.
when the hurricane, like I think they did a good job. The hotel did, I seen them taking down fans and tying lights off. And the way the hotel was, it had open windows. so the air could go through. There's no glass in the windows. And me and my younger daughter were out there. My flitters or my eyelashes were
flitters,
going
or
crazy.
because my grandpa used to call my fake eyelashes flitters.
And so it wasn't bad, but it was crazy. Like Brianna's room flooded a little bit. We just had tons of like wind.
Yeah, the wind part
But
was
you guys were on
crazy.
opposite sides of the hotel.
Yeah,
right?
We were on the
So-
same floor,
But
but
opposite,
just
my room
different.
was on
Opposite
the-
sides.
So
So
the wind
the-
and the was hitting
So you
my
were getting the
door.
wind and she was getting the rain heading directly.
water.
Because didn't you say your balcony started to flood and that's why it started to come in your
Yeah,
room,
the
right?
water was like leaking through the sliding doors. I don't know what. We just put towels right there and it was cool.
Well, it ain't their first rodeo there. They're used to it. It's probably built for that exact reason to
Yeah.
withstand.
And I forget who posted, but they did like stuff in the lobby for the kids and stuff. No, like
Yes.
games and
For a little
Oh,
bit.
for a
Yeah,
little
they,
bit, because then they sent everyone to their room.
Yeah, so they told everyone
'Cause it was
come and
getting
eat.
pretty bad.
All the restaurants were open, serving the same food, just so everyone had a place to sit
Yeah.
to eat. And then they were like, everyone get in and eat because they're going to close down, and they did. So then they made everybody go to their rooms, and it was good. I mean, I woke up at early in the morning, like 6 or something, 5:30 or 6, just to see like, ooh, what's going on outside, and there was bright sun.
yeah, they
Oh,
always
so the
say
hurricane
it
didn't
was
last very long?
super
Like
pretty
12 hours or
outdoors.
what? Or you don't even know
Probably
really?
not even that.
Not even 12 hours. On the way back, like to the airport though, all the signs were broken. There was trees. We had to like go around trees in the middle of the road. There was palm tree things everywhere. Like it did do damage. Oh, and then there's like a main river that runs through there, and the river also broke open.
Oh,
so there was
the-
just like water everywhere.
But it got worse.
The
so
dam.
we all were flying back on the same day. We were supposed to fly back on Tuesday.
The
so
day
we
the
had to-
hurricane hit.
No, the day after.
No, the day the
yes,
hurricane
day-
hit.
early in the morning, like early, yeah, like
Yeah, the
Probably
day
Like the
9 or
hurricane was
10.
hitting while you guys were supposed to be going out,
Yes.
flying
yes,
out.
yes. So we got canceled, and then there was like 23 of us that flew together. Like our family was like 23. Half of them got text messages saying that the flight had been canceled and theirs had been rescheduled. We were flying, there was 4 of us, and ours did not get rescheduled. I had to call and rescheduled. So when I called, they said, we have nothing till Friday. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Because you were
Friday.
supposed to fly out Tuesday.
We were supposed to fly out Tuesday. So I was like, to be honest with you, I was pissed because I was like, I'm starting a new job. I was supposed to start like a new job on Wednesday. So I had to text my boss and be like, hey, I'm so sorry, but we're stuck in Hurricane Lydia and it's just not going to happen. He was cool about it. My husband's job was cool about it. So then I call again. I keep calling. I know that they have empty flights. I keep calling and Veronica, keeps saying, Mom, just keep trying. So I keep trying. So eventually I call back. I don't know. And I tell them I have type 2 diabetes. And it was true. Like I only bought enough needles.
Oh,
and enough.
wait. Side note real quick. The reason why we got rescheduled on the next flight out was because they were prioritizing people with infants just because formula and stuff like that. So that's why the families that had babies got like rescheduled.
So then I told him, I have type 2 diabetes and I don't think my medicine's going to last. So then my 2 younger ones that flew, it was my 2 younger ones, me and my husband. My 2 younger ones flew back with Brianna, and then me and my husband, we were supposed to fly out on Friday, but she gave us tickets to go out on Thursday. So that was good. And then we're like 27 minutes, 36 minutes, something like that in the air. And the levee or something broke in Puerto Vallarta. So everything was flooded after that too. So,
Yeah, I saw the video you posted of the cars that were like floating in the water. That's crazy.
So I'm just happy we got out, because if not, we probably wouldn't be home right now.
Blessing in disguise.
Yep.
I didn't know that happened.
That was
Yeah, I
Diosito
posted
watching
it.
over you.
Yeah, Mom texted in the group chat too
Yeah.
and was like,
Oh.
the levee just broke.
It's
I
a
don't be
small
reading
world
those.
because
Yeah, okay.
when we were there, one of my husband's friends was like, oh, you're, even one of my friends was like, oh my gosh, I worked there. That's where I used to hang out there, blah, blah. And then she was like, I think my mother-in-law and sister-in-law there. And who we see at the airport, her mother and sister-in-law. And who sat by me? Her sister-in-law. We're like,
Oh, I didn't
it's
know
just
that.
it's a small world.
That's
She was
cool.
the one who actually brought it to my attention that it was flooding there. She's like, oh my gosh, look what is happening right now. And I'm like, I'm so glad we got on this plane.
Yeah, you guys got
Yeah,
lucky.
for real, you guys got on just in time.
I remember when Mom's like, the girls are going home with Browna today. I was like, what the fuck?
And then Brianna's in-laws, they didn't have no empty seats they were flying out on Friday with us supposedly. And I said, just go to the airport and just wait, because Brianna had told me there was empty seats.
We had 2
yeah,
empty seats
on your
on our
guys'
flight,
flight,
and I'm
'cause
like,
people didn't
wow,
make it in
Mom,
time.
Yeah, I'm
we
like,
could have
they
got
could've
on
came
that
with
flight.
us.
So I
Yeah.
said, just come. And then I was like, we were on the plane. It was like everyone was sitting down. And then who do we see? And I was screaming. And then my husband was like, you're so embarrassing. I'm like, okay, I don't know these
Are you the
people.
type of person that cheers when the plane lands?
No, but I do like,
I am.
Persínate, persínate.
All
Yeah.
my muscles
Did you guys
like
kiss the
relax.
American floor whenever you guys landed?
no, it was
American
crazy.
soil, we hit it.
You're like, we got out.
I won't stay that long anymore, but it was good. It was good.
It was nice still.
It was still nice.
Yeah, it was.
They had a lot of food, a lot of drinks. I was drinking at, like,
let's get into what me and Whitney did while y'all were in Mexico.
While y'all were sweating your ass off taking 6 showers, we were out here singing Hizo Rebelde.
We went and seen Rebelde on Sunday.
At the Chase Center in San Francisco.
I was the one that was supposed to be going.
But she wanted to go to Puerto Vallarta instead.
I was a seat filler, and I had a great time, except for I got a couple of blisters on my feet because I bought these no tacones, but whatever, pain is beauty, and beauty is pain.
100 out of 10.
Yes. Oh, great show.
The only thing that sucked was...
It took almost an hour to get
like
in.
40 minutes to get inside.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
We got there and there was like no one in line at all. So we went to Gott's Roadside there and had burgers and
I had a beer.
Were
hella good. And
I love that place. I love that place.
Were so good. And their ranch was like green because they would do like fresh.
It's so good. I love Gott's Roadside. And it was cool because like inside they were playing the 49er game, but outside they had like a little like bar thing that came up and they were playing Rebelde music at the bar. Yeah. So people were inside and outside.
It was like a little like trailer thing.
It was like, it almost looked like a, what are those silver little RVs called that people used to have?
I forget what they're called.
Like the something stream.
Mm-hmm. I know you're talking about.
It looked like that, but a little bit smaller, but it was silver like that. And they had beer and stuff and tap on the inside and there's hella tables and chairs outside. Kind of
look almost bubbly.
Yes. And they were playing Rebelde music out there.
Aren't they called Studebakers or something like that?
No, they're called something stream.
Look it up.
Something stream something.
Speaking of the Niners lost.
They're now 5-1. They lost their first game of the year. That's crazy to the damn Browns. And we're not even going to mention their quarterback because he's a rapist.
Wait, go back.
He's a rapist. He has like 20-something charges of sexually assaulting women.
Wow.
Dang.
And the man took like 2 years off and the Browns signed him.
We didn't finish our adventures.
Okay, so we went to Rebelde on Sunday.
And then Tuesday we went to
Becky from the block.
And
San Jose.
I love her. I cried. If y'all need to listen to her new album,
Querido Abuelo.
Querido Abuelo. Oh my God, makes me cry every time we were in there. And I was like 5 margaritas in already, or 5 palomas.
You were crying there too?
Yes.
No, she cried there, not at Rebelde.
I didn't cry at Rebelde. I cried at Becky G.
Yes. Oh, she said, did you cry there too?
Yes, I was crying. Thank God I didn't have mascara on.
Oh no, the reason why I said did she cry too because the other day we were listening to it. And
no.
Oh,
she was,
no.
The other day
every
when she was talking about it, she was saying that she cried at the
concert. And when I be at work and stuff, I have to skip that song if it comes on my music.
Even she was crying.
Yeah.
I saw a video of her at a different show like a couple weeks before and she was like really crying, like she couldn't even finish.
She mentioned that every time she sings it, she's like, I knew it was going to be hard doing this on my tour. She's like, but every time I sing it, I feel like I heal just a little bit more. I feel like
I'm healing a little bit. And she's like, and looking out and seeing everybody else.
She held it together pretty good though. Because I was crying. Yes,
her grandpa passed away, right?
Yes.
How long ago?
I don't know. She looks like there's videos in her music video. There's videos of her that looks like she's like 15 maybe. So, but that's the last video. So I would assume like maybe in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I think it's, from what I saw, it's her dad's dad that lives in Mexico. But he's the one that convinced her to become a singer. He's the one that told her like you should be singing rancheras. You should be. So she made this album for her grandpa.
For him, because it's all.
And she wrote that song about him. It's all, well, it's not all ranchera. It's all original Mexican, but yeah.
Mexican music.
I love that.
And then the other thing that I liked was that little girl group she brought out.
Oh yeah, what was their name? Something.
Oh, I followed them.
Conexión.
They look hecka young too.
What was General or?
Yeah, it was something Conexión.
The Conexión Divina?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then didn't like their brother come out and play with them or something
they
like
were
that too?
super good. I was really impressed by them.
Not Becky G's brother.
No, yeah, the girl's
one of the girls,
brother.
Conexión Divina, she said one of her brothers was playing one of the like...
Becky G's cousin.
Oh, Becky G's cousin's a DJ.
Yeah, her primo.
Yeah.
But
Maximo,
they were good.
Is that what his name was? Maximo? I think so.
They were good though. That little girl.
He was really good too.
Good. Yeah, he was too.
He mixed like some rock song from the 2000s. I don't remember what it was, with Peso Pluma, and it was hella good. Everyone, he was playing Suavemente, and everyone was going crazy. He was playing Maná, and everyone was. This man, when we parked, told us that the thing closed at 11. That the parking garage closed at 11. He needed you here at 11 because the show ended at 10:30. Well, she started a little bit late. I didn't think she started that late, but apparently she started late.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the clock.
Wait, how is the parking garage going to close at a certain time if the concert's
hold on.
still going?
So it's like 10:35, And I'm like, okay, she still has like 2 songs left at least. Like she hasn't even sang Shower yet, and she's like still singing Sin Pijama. I'm like, so she has to sing.
Gives me a,
I was like, she still has to sing Mommy,
huh?
and then supposedly she put the Becky on the Block on the thing, and then she had Shower to sing. And I was like, it is like 10:40 right now. We have 20 minutes until the parking garage closes. So we literally it was like 10:52, and I was like, let's just go. And because she like left, and you know how they do like an encore?
Yeah,
so I was like, this girl's gonna come back, and I'm gonna be so pissed if I saw videos.
Out of our seats.
We went out of our seats, ran around, and then she comes back out seeing Becky from like we can hear the intro to Becky. We took random seats inside because people left.
Because people were left already.
And then we left at like 10:57, and we're fucking running.
We were running.
We get there, and the guy's like, oh, someone didn't tell me she was going to start later. Like, we don't close at 11 if the concert starts late. Thank God we only left like the last
minute, maybe
the last verse of Shower we left. So we got to watch Becky on the Block and most of Shower.
I would have stayed.
We got to watch most of Shower.
But
like, we mostly probably missed her saying like bye to the crowd, honestly.
And like honestly,
but now I know for future reference
if I didn't have a
go there
baby to
again.
come home to, we probably would have stayed.
Well,
and we didn't want Whitney's car getting locked up in there either.
But people, you can stay after. Like people were lining up outside already.
Yeah, because she comes out
to come out, and she like comes out and signs people shit and stuff. Oh, but you have to wait there for like an hour.
And then you can't park. There's nowhere to park. But
there's but in the garage. A lot of people that stayed probably because there's hotels all around it. Like you're walking distance from like 7 hotels, like skyscraper hotels in San Jose at the Performing Arts Center.
Yeah, we went there to watch. That's where we went and watched Wicked. Remember?
Yeah, Ashley tried to tell me that you guys watched Disney on Ice.
But no, we watched Wicked. Remember when we went to Wicked?
No, we went to San Francisco for that.
We watched something there because the escaleras go like this.
Yeah, so does the place in the Masonic in San Francisco does the same thing.
We for sure went to San Francisco,
because even the Fox Theater is kind of similar in Oakland.
I remember,
but the Masonic has like. You can't take BART to San Jose, huh? You take the is it the Caltrain? Is that what you take to San Jose?
You could take BART to a certain extent.
I don't know, but I do have to mention for all you people who live in San Jose, I feel so fucking bad for you because your freeways are a fucking mess. We were hitting potholes.
God.
The car was like moving to the side. I was like, damn.
Okay, well, remember coming back from seeing Carol G.
Carol G. We got
lost on the freeway. We kept doing the same route
because
over and over
because
again.
It didn't know that the freeway was closed. So it took like the second time of us going in a circle to realize that it's trying to get us to go back to the exact same spot that the freeway was closed. Eventually, it figured out that it was closed. So then it led us on some like crazy way down a side street through Danville.
Get your shit together.
But the freeway must have just closed because it didn't know it was. And so it had us get off on the freeway and then circle back. And I'm like, we're in the exact same spot we just were. But me and Ashley on the way home got stuck in traffic for almost an hour because there was a vehicle on fire on 242.
Feel the heat.
We had our hands out the window and you could feel the heat.
It was bad. I knocked out. I had work in the morning.
I told her, I was like, put the chair back. That's why when you got in my car the other day, it was.
Why is Whitney's chair back in the front seat of it?
It was Ashley sleeping.
I was already putting 2 and 2 together,
thinking excited.
It was
I had
Ashley
work in the morning
sleeping.
and I was tired. It was good. Like I didn't get. We got home at like what? 1?
It was literally the night before.
Yeah, I had work
because the next day she came in my car.
Oh, because they had flown in.
Yeah, and I had to go pick her up.
Yeah, you took her.
I had to go leave work. I was like, I gotta go. Bye.
Got a blast. We also had dinner at my mom's house, even though we both live away from my mom's house. We decided to have dinner at my mom's while she was gone. I literally.
What did you guys have for dinner?
I made. It was cheese tortellini with Alfredo sauce. I did garlic bread. Oh yes, I did shrimp. I did garlic bread and Caesar salad.
Yeah,
I was wondering because I was like, the kitchen was clean when I left, and then when I came home, it was hella dirty.
Okay. That's a lie because your daughter was cooking. We made sure everything was clean before we left.
Yeah, you have to realize that people came home 24 hours before you.
So try again because we had it clean.
Yeah, it was all cleaned.
I'm trying.
It was cleaned, I promise you.
Don't let her come out, Joe.
We were drinking a Buzzball.
Well, when I dropped the girls off, the house was not clean.
What was in the house?
There was shot glasses out. There was chips on the floor. There was
chips. We didn't even have shot glasses.
We didn't have shot glasses.
We were drinking Buzzballs.
Out of cups, not shot glasses.
Well, I seen shot glasses out. And I seen chips on the floor, like the little ring.
That was probably Zayden.
Circle one.
The shot glasses could have been Zayden too. He likes to grab things off of there. He grabs those cantarito things too.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just seen blankets off of the stair rack. And
Elu had the pink one dragging it around. And he had got these corduroy pink jacket dragging it around too. I had to take that from him a couple times.
I don't know.
Yeah, I left my house was clean.
But there was like 4 or 5 days later. I don't know if she came here after Saturday, but because everything was cleaned up on Saturday. I left last and it was all cleaned up. There was nothing out.
Yeah. I mean, I had to have come here.
Yeah, she did come back.
Yeah. Because when I left after her because the dogs wouldn't come inside.
Not to eat or take shots. Not to my... Is it recollection? Am I saying that right?
What was the word that you said in your car the other day? And I was like, that's not what you're trying to say.
I swear
about the sun.
I'd be making it was
the sun is something.
What did I say?
You were trying to say the sun is blinding or something like that, but you kept saying something else. And I was like, that's not the word you're trying to say.
Oh, the English language is not my strong suit.
It was at the Streets of Rent one. I remember because you were like, does this make sense? And I was like, yeah, it does to me.
It's super...
We can barely hear you.
It was at the Streets of Brentwood. I remember.
But she said it again on her story the other day, and I was like, "Sister, that's not what you're trying to say."
Let me see. I think you messaged me.
She keeps saying the sun is. She's trying to say blinding, but she's saying something else, like harsh or something like that. But you're saying something else.
The sun is harsh.
No, but she's saying something else, and I'm like, you're trying to say it's blinding and trying to say it's harsh, but you keep saying something else.
I said crucial.
Okay, so you said crucial.
I said crucial.
Yeah,
I don't know why
that's
I used that
word.
word.
Is crucial?
Yeah.
That sounds right to me.
No, crucial.
But everyone raise your hand if you were in ELD. That's why it sounds right to us.
The crucial is...
Maybe that's why.
When she's saying the sun is crucial, that's like saying the sun is important for her. Not like it's like light, like it's bright.
I'm like, damn,
if she's
that
saying
was crucial.
If she's like,
that's
the sun is... No.
Crucial means like harsh to me.
That does to me too.
Crucial means... Yeah.
Oh. Maybe...
Crucial means important,
Maybe
right?
That's why.
This is crucial that
like
the papers are done.
Yes.
This is crucial that this is signed.
Yes.
This is crucial that you turn the gas off.
So whenever she was saying the sun is crucial, I'm like, yeah,
So
I mean, we need vitamin D or whatever you get.
It's cruel. Are you sure?
Yes, crucial means important.
It's crucial,
like it's
guys.
very important.
Brenna says this morning she types, "Where are you?" WEAR.
Where? Like you're wearing clothes?
So then I was like, hold on, what?
I don't know that. I'm gonna be honest. Don't test me on
wearing.
Where?
So then I had to go back and read it.
Okay, I know that. I don't know why I typed that because I know
Mom
the
brain.
of those.
You guys, last year on my birthday, Browna gave me a birthday card and she spelled my name ASHLEY.
I did.
Yeah,
You did.
Damn.
I think I still have it in one of my like safe boxes.
Are you sure?
Yes, and I remember texting it in the group chat. I sent a picture.
It's okay. She was growing a baby.
She had pregnancy brain.
Oh,
I think
she has what brain?
though. Pregnancy.
She said it right. She says pregnancy, you guys, with no other N. It's okay. We're not going to sit here and make fun of you,
I
but
named
we are.
all my daughters. All my kids' name have very, very unique names, and I always want.
What?
They're not unique names. We have unique spellings.
We have the same name as everyone else. Basic names.
No, they don't.
And you ran out of middle names.
Hey, Mom, I'm Ashley.
Okay, but back then no one was named that.
Mom, growing up, I've always had another Brianna in my class.
There's
it was
like
always Brianna this, Brianna that.
Ashleys like in the same.
Well, I'm
class.
still gonna say I named them unique names. Yes, unique spellings.
I never went to school with a Whitney.
I did.
Never in my life.
We had a Whitney.
Never in my life did I go to school with a Whitney.
Yeah, I don't know any other Whitneys, but Whitney Houston, but no other Whitney.
ASMR.
Oh Lord. So anyway, I named them and they all have I try to get them to have an I in their name.
So instead of ASHLEY, I
all
am
6 kids have an I.
ASHLIE.
Even Trey's real name.
Yeah, because my mom likes to dot it with a heart, so that's why our podcast name is dotted with a heart.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't give my son an I in his name. I apologize.
One of my daughters doesn't have an I, but they're both named after flowers, and we're in alphabetical order.
A, B, C, D.
We might have an E. Psych.
Oh, this is breaking news. You're hearing it here first. Is this a pregnancy announcement?
Actually, no, it's not.
What are you saying?
I'm saying actually because my man keeps saying, let's have baby number 3. But I read a study that says if you have 3 children, it's more stressful and more chaotic than having 4. So then I was like, okay, well, if we have 3, then I have to have a 4. And then I think about it. It makes sense because that means on a plane ride, one's going to be sitting separate. On roller coasters, like we're not going to be a pair.
Bubba said that too, and she's like, and I'll be the one sitting by myself because I'm the oldest.
No, honestly, what would probably be happening is Tony is sitting by himself.
I'll go with you. Just tell me.
Let's be real.
I said, I'll just go with you. Just tell me, and I'll go with you. You won't have to sit by yourself.
She can have Zayden take my badass little crispy.
But then Tony's like, oh, I don't want 4, so. Well, and I don't want 3, so we're
my husband
2. Then it is.
My husband wants 2, and I'm 1 and done for now. We could talk in like 5 years.
Yeah, everyone needs a sibling.
I agree, but not right now.
I think it's selfish.
The greatest thing in life is a sibling.
Well, if you knew my birth story, which one day we'll get a podcast about that, but I don't know. That was a lot.
I actually feel like your birth was good.
I think so too.
I think I lucked out for sure.
It was supposed to be worse than it was.
Your pregnancy
it wasn't easy, but
yes,
yeah,
I lucked out for all of my health conditions. I think I walked out of there very blessed and very lucky. But
I know we said it on the intro, but you have type 1 diabetes.
Yes, I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I have a lot of other autoimmune diseases as well. And I lucked out, but it was hard. More mentally than anything. Physically, give me all the pain, I could do it. But mentally, I think it was like.
And honestly, coming from someone that had kids 7 years apart, I thought I was gonna absolutely hate it, but I think I actually really like it. Everyone's just like, no.
Yeah, and everyone's like, wait 2 years. And I'm like,
you need to have them close together. But
let me get one out of diapers before you give me another one.
Most people want them close together, I feel like, for selfish reasons, though, because they want to be
them in school together.
Yeah.
I want them to, and
they don't want to like start all over again.
Let me have my time with my first. Mom's over here mugging and shit.
That's why I feel like I really got to enjoy.
But you did both.
Yeah.
Not by choice.
So
by default.
By default. By choice too. Some of it's by choice too.
She's saying sound. Like,
so I had Whitney and Trey. I think Trey was 2 years when I got pregnant with Whitney. And then Whitney and Brianna at some point for a couple months are like 1 year apart.
Yeah, I've always wanted to ask you the time frame of this.
We know the time frame, girl.
Because we have 2 different
I know the time frame.
If we're less than 2 years apart, and
we'll
you have
put
to
it out
be
there on our
6 children
one.
with 4 different dads.
Yes, I have 4 baby daddies.
4, 4.
That's okay. It's okay. I handle all of them. Mm-hmm.
It honest sounds bad, but it sounds worse than it is because, especially for the first 2, you were with the first 2 for a very long time, and you've been
marriage,
with the 4th one.
I was married for a long time. I had 2
kids. Well,
you
guys weren't married for very long. You guys were together for a long time.
We weren't married that long. And then
you were married to my dad for a minute.
We were married for almost 10 years.
For a while. So what I'm saying is if you do the time, it's actually, because you just started young. That's the difference.
Yes. And then I had Brown and Ashley. And then my 3rd baby daddy, we never got married. Yeah. And my last baby daddy.
That's a story for another day.
That's its own podcast.
We've been married for how many years? Like 14 or 15 years.
Yeah, because Gabby was like 1,
We've been together for like 16, almost 17 years.
Yeah.
So
Gabby was 1 or 2 when you guys got married?
1, because I had just got.
So that means you've been married.
It was 2009. Because that's when I had my heart surgery. Was in 2009.
So 15 years.
Been married for 15 years, and we got together.
15 years in July.
We started dating, seeing, talking, whatever.
Was Joy in the picture when I already got diagnosed, or no?
No, because I had to
shortly after
call Gabby's dad to come and watch Gabby when I was at the hospital with you. You had been sick. And so he knew you were super sick at that time, and they were still trying to figure out what was going on with you, and you were at school, whatever. That's another story.
Yeah, that's another podcast.
I had to call him.
Take note of all the podcasts we owe you guys off of our first.
And he watched Gabby at my house.
Okay.
While I was in the hospital.
Which house? Georgetown?
The condos. Mm-hmm. We were just talking about the Georgetown.
Yeah, you know, Ashley got ran over by a bike there.
No, I got ran over while I was on a bike.
Yeah, sorry.
I got ran over by a car.
No, you didn't get ran over. You got hit.
I got hit.
Smack.
And then what happens? They come back to the house, and her tires like bloop, bloop, bloop.
But like
and
hours later, we came back.
What the hell happened? And everybody's like, doo doo doo. Like, don't tell mom because they don't go outside anymore.
Yeah, if we came back the minute it happened, you would have been like, you guys are coming inside for the rest of the day, and we didn't want to be inside, so we made sure she was good.
And then it just blows my mind that
the lady left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because now that I think back, the lady was probably like Ashley's age now.
She probably
she was young.
Yes,
she was young.
Back then we thought she was old, but I don't think she was that old. She might even be younger.
I wouldn't leave.
Well, I feel like in today's day and age, you won't anyway, but like there's video cameras and everyone has video footage.
Because they got video cameras.
My biggest thing is I can't believe she looked at me and was like, is she fine? I was like, what, maybe 12, 13? And you took my word for it. It's like, oh yeah, she's fine. She's good. That's the craziest thing.
So
I would have been like,
you're listening to this.
I mean, I was a mature 12 or 13, but she didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Your whole tire was like this.
Yep, it was all like
crooked.
I was poor, so I was like, you can't get another bike. I don't know where we're gonna get one.
She was pissed.
That's still crazy to me.
I remember that.
Those
were
bikes
talking
are like Huffy bikes, 1999 Walmart layaway.
We were talking.
loved mine,
Layaway is
Huffy
crazy. They
bike.
don't have that anymore, huh?
No,
have
well, because
no
Kmart
idea.
ain't here.
Kmart and
Well,
Walmart
everyone
had
had
it.
layaway,
Walmart
didn't
did
they?
it too.
They used to back in the day.
Didn't
Everyone had
Target have it
Mervyn's.
too?
Who?
Target?
Yeah, I think they did.
I
Back
feel
in
like
the day.
everybody did. Kohl's used to have it.
Oh, that was another thing too. When we were in Mexico, I seen a Woolsworth.
Oh,
A what?
Yeah.
A Woolsworth.
What is that?
That little
Like-
frog character, right?
No,
What?
that's something else. That's Senor.
I don't know what-
Oh, yeah,
Woolsworth.
yeah.
So that's the store that like was before Mervyn's.
Yeah, I
There was like
remember
a
that.
Woolsworth. You guys have
And
to
it was
Google
up and running?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
They had the same thing. It was like a big. It's like a Sears.
Interesting.
They might have been in the same company and they changed. The name,
We were
but-
talking about Georgetown the other day because I was asking her if she even remembers like what house we used to like really get into Rebelde from, and she was saying
And I said
Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Because it was
wasn't-
Karen and Grace and all of them.
It
Remember?
was
That
Georgetown,
only
and we would
Crooked
listen
Creek?
to it on the.
No, we were into it still then, but it
Because
came
I
out
have a
first
picture
when we were in
of Ashley
Georgetown.
going to school dressed like Rebelde.
Yes,
with the tie
that was
and
my
everything. She
graduation.
That was her
uniform.
graduation.
Fifth grade.
though.
Yes, you're right.
She was her graduation. She had to wear the
Yes, and-
tie. That's
No,
different.
I didn't have to. I
Oh.
chose to
wear it.
because I had the binder still from Rebelde.
Yeah, but it started when we were.
But
at
it started
Georgetown.
at Georgetown. But
Yes,
yes,
'cause it
you're
really-
right.
It
You're
started
right.
with
So
Karen
we did
and all
our
of them.
catechism. We did because I
Our
remember
first
going to
communion.
catechism, being hella into that.
Yeah.
so.
Did we go to
Catechism. We were
at Ventura? No.
on Cypress.
Okay, so then
Oh, in
the
Cypress.
the math ain't mathin'.
See,
What's
I thought
Cypress?
we were at Kirker.
What's the name of the street that we lived on? You say Ventura. We didn't live on Ventura.
Oh, okay,
We lived
okay.
on-
But
I
it's the
thought
same
it was
house. I'm talking about the
Kirker
same
when
house.
we did our.
No, we
Math
were on
ain't
No, you
Ventura.
guys were on Ventura.
Because my
I know
dad used
those
to
days.
come drop.
Woo!
My
Yeah,
dad
I
used
was
to come
pretty
drop
messed
me
up those
off.
days.
Yeah, remember she used to go out drinking the night before and take
I'd
us
be
to
hot.
catechism
that's
on
the one
Saturday
with the
morning.
double backyard. We had the
Yes.
two
Yeah,
backyards.
with the pool and the
Trampoline and the pool.
trampoline. Yes. And we used to sleep on the pull-out couch that was for
I
my
called you
great-grandma
the other
Gigi's
day because
house.
I was over in that area for work, and I was like, "What was the number?" Mom's like, "I don't even know," but I think I figured it out because you can see they patched up our well with a thing of cement. Remember the well we had in the front?
Oh, I do remember that in
Yeah,
the
I
front
do
yard.
We had a well in the front yard. They patched it up.
I do remember.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I started my period at that house. Crazy, huh?
Oh really?
shit.
I was
Yeah,
I was gonna
I
say
wasn't there, but that's where that's
I was a
one of the
late bloomer.
I have that memory, and I have a memory of me getting like food poisoning or whatever. My dad trying to come pick me up, and you were like, "Just leave her here. She's
Oh no, because we
gone."
all were sick that
Yeah,
time.
my dad came to pick me up, and I was like asleep on the couch, and you were like, "Just leave her here."
I also remember looking. Isn't there like an app or a website that you can go and see like like
Oh, Megan's Law.
yeah?
And
And
the one
wasn't
of
there
them-
the guy
yeah.
in the corner
Yeah.
that was on
corner.
there? Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was
Yes.
here.
That's here
No.
too. It was
It
here.
was.
no,
here.
there's no
They
one
left.
There's But
Yeah.
now,
The
but now the Megan's Law
courthouse.
website now gives you like a level of them. It used to not. It used to just give you that someone lived there and that was it. But now it gives you like a level of like, okay, was this like something that happened? When
Like,
they
was
were,
it
like,
a 10 out of 10?
Were they like an 18 and a 17-year-old and they're required, or is this like
Real.
yeah? And it gives you what their
real, yeah.
charges were and everything. So it's a lot different now. So you can be like,
I think
I'm
that's
trying to,
good.
like-
It is
I feel like
good.
some people.
because a lot of people are
Get the short
required.
end of the stick
Yeah,
on
a lot of
that.
people are required to
That
sign
was
up
where
for
you
forever.
guys had the lime green and hot pink bedroom.
No,
That
that
was
was
here.
here.
No, here was
Oh no, we did
Splatter.
start it
Yes.
there.
It
We had
started
that.
there.
We had that
We had like
silky.
that silky.
Yes.
We also had
comforter.
Gabby's
A lime green
and mine
fuzzy
was
rug.
mine was zebra
thing in
print
our room.
Crib.
and
Her
pink,
crib in our room.
hot pink. Yeah, because you guys had the room right across from Mom. You guys were the two.
Had a lot
pack.
of friends live there too. We threw
Yeah.
a High School Musical 2 party there, and we didn't even watch the movie until the
Yes.
next day. We
My
were in
mom
the
let
pool.
us throw
We
High School
did?
We
Musical
were in the
parties.
pool. Oh,
I
you know what else I
did?
remember?
Yes, you
is
are.
we used to put a white chair out, and we would freaking
Wait, think about it before you say it. What do you? about to say?
McCassie?
no.
Oh, I'm thinking
No,
of
no,
the
it's not
Cassie.
bad. It's just gonna make it sound like what? This is poor kid problems. We used to freaking grab the basketball and throw it onto the chair and be like, "We bowling."
That's so cringy. I
We
cannot.
fly high, no lie.
You know it.
Bowling onto the chair because we didn't have a basketball hoop. My mom bought us a basketball with no basketball hoop.
Well, probably because you're supposed
Hey.
to play basketball.
No, we probably got it from someone. Probably honestly gave it to us. I doubt you bought us a Why would you buy us a
We
basketball
learned.
with no basketball
We
hoop?
learned from our
Maybe you guys got it
struggles.
from Kristen's
My son's a
baskets or
year and a
something.
half, and he has 2 basketball hoops.
Yeah, I need to teach that boy how to throw a
Baseball?
baseball.
Throwing, no, but he knows how to
Yeah.
put it on the tee.
He's
and
gonna be a
hit it.
baseball player. Watch.
As long as it ain't wrestling,
They
I'm
make
good.
hella
'Cause
money.
My son is too handsome to be walking around with no cauliflower ear. Not on my watch. You can get that fixed, no?
I
I
don't know.
don't think so.
No,
That's
I
so
think
much scar
no
tissue
because
build
people
up.
would get it fixed.
I heard you can get it fixed, but as soon as you get punched again, no, I said
I actually think it's pretty cool. Like, imagine walking, like,
imagine, she says, I think it's,
if you see a guy walking around, he has cauliflower ear,
you're
you're like,
yeah,
oh,
he can beat
fight.
ass.
He can fight, yeah.
Like, that's what, not even he can fight. It's just like, oh, he fights. Like, that's kind of cool.
You don't even know if he can fight. What if he got cauliflower ear because his ass beat?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Not even like he can fight. I'm just saying like,
oh,
damn,
he
like
does
you know
fight.
what he
Yeah.
does.
No, I'm good.
Like,
He could take a punch.
Like,
At least we know he could take a punch.
Me
Like, that's kind of
and
cool.
my husband
Not
agreed
me.
that that's like one of the, that and then maybe football. Now, obviously, my son grows up and he's like, I want to be a football player. Like, this is what I want to do. Then that's what you want to do. But wrestling,
He could be a quarterback
or
or a
like
kicker.
MMA, like all like that.
What if he's a kicker
That
or
works.
a punter or a long snapper?
I don't know what that means. I know a kicker because
Kicker and the punter is the one that
ball.
like
Yeah.
the kicker kicks like off of someone holding
thing,
it,
yeah.
but the punter like have you ever seen the punter like grab it and they like kick it in the air?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
That's a punter. It's like two different positions.
I'm not well educated.
And
on
the long
sports.
snapper is the one who like has to throw it to the punters. They have to throw it hella far.
Okay.
something else that's been going on is that we are in the middle of purchasing our first home, and the market out here in the Bay Area is kind of crazy. I know roughly when we were speaking to the realtors and stuff, we're looking at about $4,000 to $5,500 just for our mortgage for a home. But I think we're going to hold off on a home and get a mobile home for now. Hopefully the market will drop within the next 2 years, rent out the mobile home, and then buy a house. Wait, did that even make sense?
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it did.
Buy the mobile home, and then in a couple years buy an actual house and rent the mobile home out. So you have,
Yes,
like,
because
second
for a
income from
mobile
it.
home, we'll be paying the same as what an apartment is.
Yes.
So I'd rather put
Yeah.
money towards something that I own somewhat, because obviously you're not going to own the rent space. But
And then rent, when you're renting a mobile home out, you're like making at least $1,000 off of it. That goes towards your mortgage from your other house. Like your
Yeah.
rent would be like covering what your mobile home is. Plus, like a lot of people charge like $1,000 over.
yeah,
The first house we bought was a mobile home. So
It's cute. But yeah, the housing market is crazy out here. Every single time they say it's going to drop,
It
something else
goes
happens.
higher
They're like,
again.
oh, it's dropping. Oh, but the interest rates are now triple what they were.
Yeah, I did hear though that usually when it's like elections start coming around, that the interest rate does drop.
Yeah, because everyone's trying to make themselves look good to get reelected.
Yeah.
It depends. It really depends. If someone's not trying to be reelected, then it doesn't do anything. But if someone's trying to be reelected into their job, then yes, they're going to start doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's like isn't it like elections coming up for governor? That's why he's like signing all these bills all of a sudden. He just signed like 12 bills in like the last like 10 days. I'm like, okay, bro. Y'all are worried about Skittles, but we have bipping going on out here like crazy. But you're worried that my Skittles are gonna
Speaking about Skittles, and I
What
would
is
eat
like the
hot
time frame
chocolate.
of that? Like
2027.
Three.
They have 3 years to take it out. But I don't know. I know hot Cheetos, and I think it's Skittles too. It's just the red dye,
It's the
which
red
which
40.
doesn't even change the flavor.
So then
They already
why
took it
is
out
that
of
even
Trix.
in and stuff?
But my
Like, I
thing
don't
is,
get that.
you guys know the
'Cause it was always about
Trader
colors
Joe's
before?
Takis, the Trader Joe's Takis. Theirs are bright.
No, they're not.
They're
Not
not as
really,
bright as
not at like Hot Cheetos.
But why don't they just?
Theirs is red,
find an
like chili
alternative?
red.
Yeah, not
Okay,
like a talkie.
Well,
Like,
I
look
follow
at
this.
Talkie Talkies
I follow
and Hot
this chamoy
Cheetos.
girl on TikTok, and she has a sugar-free chamoy, and they sweeten it and everything with like monk fruit.
Yeah, and I heard that it tastes very bad.
Really?
Well, it's changing the
I've been
flavor.
wanting to
You don't have to change the
buy
flavor of the Hot
Just
Cheetos.
take
They're
the
just not
color
going to be
out.
red.
because her dad's a diabetic.
yeah, I heard that one was good.
I did too.
It's going to change
but
the
I don't know
flavor
where they
for
sell
sure.
it,
If you're
and I'd be
if
weird
you're
about
I
if
heard
you're
it
making the
wasn't, but I
color
don't
with the
know.
fruit, it's going to change
You
the
have to
flavor.
taste it first.
I'd be scared to buy stuff off.
you
It's
know what
not
I'm
making the color
TikTok
with the
shop.
fruit. It's taking the
That's
sugar
the
out and making it
sweetness.
a sweetener. It's a sweetener change, not the color.
Well, I thought she was saying the color. We were talking about
Well,
color.
no, but she dyes hers with like beet powder and like leaves de Jamaica or algo así, like the flower petals of Jamaica. Or
I
something.
heard
know
that
what?
one was good, but I haven't ordered
I've never
it.
tried it. I'm scared because every time I see it's on TikTok Shop, and I don't know about TikTok Shop.
You know what I'm mostly sad about? They're trying to ban Abuelita's hot chocolate
I saw
because it has lead in it.
because they make it
Supuestamente.
still.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
the
made by
lead
Nestle, so does it really
tastes
have lead in
good.
it?
Mm.
No, lead tastes phenomenal.
Brianna
That means,
said
that
lead
means we're
tastes
also not going to get pelon ricos out
Yeah.
here anymore. All of the cantaritos that people buy,
That's gonna
the
be the
pottery
new,
has lead in it.
smuggling.
That's what everyone
of
was saying.
Everyone
Everyone said the cartel of Abuelita's hot chocolate.
Things
Like,
that you
I
can't bring back. It's
swear.
like a certain amount for polvo. There was like a list
like chile de
at the
polvo.
airport. There was like
No way.
4 or 5 things on there, and you can only bring back a certain. I think it was like 4 ounces of this group of polvo. Like, but it was like even the granulated azúcar the AZCUR green and white pack.
Because that shit's phenomenal. Like Sal de Mexico is next
that was another
level.
Yeah,
it is.
That's crazy.
I love Sal de Mexico.
Yeah.
Like that's
I've seen it.
It's
Had
like
that big
extra
sign.
chunky and
extra
thick
flavorful. It's just
Listen,
amazing.
I love the Bay Area and I love California, but do we have to be the person that like
bans everything?
do we have to be the person that shows the rest of the country what to do all the time?
We're
always the starter. Like we started the whole bags thing and no one else took that on.
Well, what,
we're still
buying
paying
grocery bags?
10 cents a bag over here.
Yeah.
We already made it where like in the next 10 years you can't buy like a gas car anymore. Like do we really have to be the one that does everything?
Yeah, that part's crazy to me.
Yeah.
People voted for
But
it.
people are just going to go across the state lines and buy a car.
Yeah, it's going to be tons of money to
So in other
taxes
states.
to re-register.
Like
here.
my thing is obviously you guys already know my biggest fear is that the world's going to end. So like if we all have like battery cars, like what are we going to do?
That's
Honestly, the way these gas prices are set up, lately I've been thinking about
Like-
getting an electric car.
Yeah, gas is crazy.
The only thing that sucks is if you're going on a road trip.
I put like $100 and something into the, what do I have?
Durango.
Yeah, into the Durango. I'm like, what do I have?
Even like
And
our
that
car
doesn't even
now,
last me long.
Our car now takes like $60 to fill up. We used to be able to fill it up for like $25, $30.
$32. I remember when I first got the Honda
Yes.
CR-V, it was $32 to fill up my whole tank.
Mine was like 28, 32 depending on how much I like how low it was.
Now
it's like
65.
70. Yeah.
I put
I
like
always fill
70.
mine up when it's like at an eighth
I
of a
remember
tank,
putting
so.
$20 in my little Toyota Corolla, and it lasted me more than a fucking week.
At least you don't have that
Impala
Impala
guzzler
anymore,
anymore?
yeah.
God, no.
Yeah, like the Durango is like Hemi engine or whatever.
That's crazy.
So
the Impala was
Be
a
a
gas
gas
guzzler.
guzzler.
wait,
Oh my God.
is Hemi even correct?
Yeah,
I
I
want to
don't
say
know.
it's like V8. Is that
That's
even
crazy.
something?
Yes,
V8 is
that's
thing,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's the size of the engine. Most
okay.
like
Does that even make
your
sense?
Honda
Like,
CR-V is a V4.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's ridiculous. But
V8
it
is
parks
crazy.
itself. My steering wheel heats up, and I have air conditioning in the seat. And
The
it
air
has a
conditioning
TV
in the
for
seat is
girls.
crazy. She turned it on the other day when we went to Starbucks, and I was like, "Whoa!"
We
this
just
is
realized
weird.
that it parks itself the other day.
Oh yeah, when you were here, no, you said
Yeah,
that
you put park assist and
Tony?
it turns the wheel and parks it.
That's
dang.
crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
My car, if you put it in like what is it called? When you're like when you're
like
driving a long
assist?
distance.
Yeah, like
What is that
car-
called? When you're driving long distance and you put it in cruise control.
Yeah,
You put mine in cruise control, it reads the lanes and it'll start turning for you, but it like starts beeping like, bitch,
Oh,
grab
yeah.
the wheel.
Correct you.
The
Yeah,
CR-V
like,
does
Like,
that
bitch,
too.
why are you not grabbing the wheel? And I'm like, because this is fun.
I want to see what you do. What's your real talent?
For real. All this money we pay for these cars, shit.
I know. I have like $900 left on my Nissan Spade Dog.
Damn.
Probably less now.
I still have like
I have
more than half of mine to pay off. You know, in California,
There's no way you have more than half of yours.
well, because I put my Honda on my old Honda. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like I added an old
Oh, the
car
black
onto
one.
it.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, we bought both of.
You also
first
put a
ones at
lot
the
of money down. I didn't.
Same time.
I didn't put
That's
anything
true.
down at all. Not only did I not put anything down, I added another car onto it.
Oh, okay.
You know, I found out this year from paying my car registration that you have to pay extra money to the state of California because your car is new and doesn't need a smog.
Your car doesn't need a smog?
My car's so new it doesn't need a smog.
ours
So I have to,
doesn't-
so I
yeah,
have
the
to
CR-V
pay.
doesn't.
You have to pay money because you don't need a smog.
Isn't that the
it's the
whole
same thing.
point? It's a vicious
You're basically
cycle.
paying for a smog,
Smog,
but even though you
yeah.
don't need a smog. You're just
Yeah.
paying it to them and not the company.
I keep telling y'all, let's move from here, but no one.
Hell no, I'm not moving anywhere but the Bay.
I love the Bay Area.
I don't think I can move either.
I have a love and hate relationship depending on what
I
we're
think
talking
anyone-
about.
Actually, yeah.
I
the
think anyone who
traffic
lives
and the
here-
overpopulated, like that. Those are the two things that make me want to move.
The bipping and like the crime is what makes me the
Yeah.
most mad.
That too. It's
That's-
crazy.
Because it used to be like,
Like
as
they're
long
closing down our local Target because
because it's
It's
so
that bad.
ghetto.
they're closing down everything. Look at all the stuff in the city. Well, there's like a bunch
And
of
I was like,
people. There's a
no.
bunch of stores in San Francisco that had to close down. Where Macy's is? What is that called? It's called something, but I forget what it's called.
It's right there by where that Dior store just got broken into.
Yeah, but a bunch of those stores are closing down, and they're now suing the company who owns the lot, saying that you guys knew this was getting bad and never hired security. Now we had to close our small business down after however
That's
many
true.
years. And I'm like, okay,
Makes
if
sense.
they win with the small companies, these big companies like Macy's and Dior and stuff are gonna come. Like
Get them for
Get-
their
yeah.
money.
that Dior one is crazy, but they
money,
found them
honey.
and got all the stuff back.
Oh, they did.
oh, they did.
And everyone's like, the craziest part about all of this is that all these purses were worth $270,000.
Yeah,
And it was like 15 purses. $270,000 for like 15 purses is crazy. Someone's like, who's even in San Francisco buying these
Right.
things? Someone flying in from like out of town. because they're like, ain't no one in the Bay Area going into the Dior store and buying something.
Care of my stuff like that to own something like that.
Well, I also think people are scared to go to the store now and buy those things because they're like following people home. That was happening in Walnut Creek.
People are losing jobs too.
Yeah, because people don't understand.
Well,
people think that they're stealing from a big company and it doesn't matter, but you have to realize that how many jobs in these places.
Yourself or your family or your neighbor or your community, because then there's not going to be a job. I mean, people can be on a phone.
It's
I guess
the chain effect. That people don't think about.
Everyone's saying that, like, who cares if you're stealing from Rolex or who cares if you're stealing from Dior? They have all this money, and I'm like, yeah, but they're going to close, and how many people work there? Mm-hmm. That's where it becomes a problem. Is like, yeah, Dior isn't really going to care that much. They're just going to close the San Francisco store. But do people from here even buy stuff from Dior? Probably not. Everyone's out here wearing fake Dior.
That DH gate.
But like Rolex in Walnut Creek, people were buying Rolexes and they were following them home and like robbing them in their driveway.
That's crazy.
Of the Rolex. So then like, okay, people were going to stop. Apple too in Walnut Creek downtown. People were buying stuff from Apple like MacBooks and they were following them home and robbing them in their front.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's just like unsafe.
So people are like, you're not going to want to buy it. Okay, do you get it delivered to your house and get the package stolen, or do you go to the store and buy it and it gets you get robbed in your front door?
I think it's going to get worse. I feel like in 2008, I felt the stress of how much stuff is, and I feel like I'm feeling that again.
Because when some things are local, it's more expensive.
Well, yeah, because it's small business. That's why.
Yeah.
So I think it's cheaper.
I don't
like
even
that.
care that people steal food.
I feel like when you hungry, you
to
hungry.
a certain
Yeah, but
point.
if you're stealing food to sell it so you can go smoke crack,
That's what
then I got a
I'm.
problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well,
But if
If
you're
you're
stealing
stealing-
to feed your kids,
If you're going to the store and stealing a
That
soda
I
and a
don't
bag
care.
of chips, I'm like,
so you can eat.
But also that kind of makes me sad too, because they're going to steal it from like gas stations, and gas stations are privately owned, and so you're taking, you know what I'm saying? It goes back.
Yeah, go to Walmart.
Like you're not. Yeah, but that's what we
you
think
didn't hear
about.
it
Was
from them.
go to Walmart,
go
but
to
then
Target,
Walmart
but then
closes.
Target
But then
closed.
Target
Our local
closes.
Target's
But
closing.
Target isn't closing because someone went there and stole a soda and a bag of chips. They're closing because people are going there and spilling like $10,000
The other
worth
day,
of
me
clothes.
and
They would-
Allie were in this Target over here, and there was two girls, and they literally walked out with so much stuff, and it started beeping. The girl looked.
They're not allowed to stop people anymore.
One
You'll
girl's
get
in front
fired.
and one girl's in the back, and then the girl in the back goes, "Hey," and then the other girl was like, "Girl, just keep walking, just keep walking." And I'm like, count my pennies over here to pay for my stuff. And one of the girls was like, "Dang, we should just
Yeah, but
walk out too then."
but
I mean, obviously, I'm not. But
yes, because
God is watching.
like the one thing that really makes me mad is when people do when they have little kids with them. Like, please don't do it when you have
That's
kids.
the worst.
Because if you get arrested,
I've
your
seen
kid does
that.
not need to be seeing you get arrested. Like if
I've
they're already gonna
seen
have to deal
that.
with it, but this. I mean, if you have like an infant, the infant doesn't know. But I've seen toddlers like screaming their head off while their mom's like getting arrested. That's so sad.
it's crazy.
I've seen it so many times, and I'm like, girl.
Yeah, that's
Like if you're gonna be doing
traumatizing.
stuff, leave your kid at home. But I think they think that
Find a
they have a
babysitter.
kid that they're not gonna be as like obvious.
Oh yeah.
Like they
Or
think
be
that's their
more
like
lenient
scapegoat.
because
Yeah.
their kid is there.
And I'm like, girl, don't do it. Girl, don't do it. Okay. Have you guys seen all the drama about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett?
Yes,
Whatever.
I have.
Jada Pinkett Shakur
Yes, I
Smith,
have.
Alcina. That's what I've seen a joke going around that they're like adding all her man's names on the
Names
end.
at the end.
So, okay, I've seen it. First of all, everything I've learned about this has been against my will because it just will not stop coming up on social
your-
media.
yeah.
Yes.
I agreed.
I've seen hella people be like, girl, we're tired. We don't care anymore. Okay, so there's been some weird things that she said lately. She said, okay, first of all, she's saying that they've been separated for the past 7 years,
Yeah,
living
that's-
separately. Second of all, she said that the first time Will Smith has called her his wife in years was on the Oscars whenever he yelled that. He hasn't called her his wife in
When,
years.
what's his
and the
name,
first time he said
slapped
it in a
him.
long time was on live TV.
and supposedly they weren't together.
Yes. They've been just like going and doing red carpets and stuff together to keep up an appearance because they weren't ready to file for a divorce from each other. I remember watching that live with you here. I hadn't watched an award show live in years, and we just randomly turned the Oscars on that night. Remember, and we were like, we thought
this
it
a
was
joke?
fake at
Yeah, I thought it
first.
was a
We
joke.
thought it was a joke.
So my question is, with the August Alsina thing,
So now that wasn't 7 years ago, though, was it? That I wonder if
No.
that's why they separated.
it wasn't 7 years ago.
It was more than 7 years ago. I feel like.
No.
Are you sure?
They were recently seen together.
No.
When the whole Red Table Talk.
It recently came out.
Oh.
I think that happened a long time ago. I don't know, but now she's talking about how like the love of her life is Tupac. Like, can the man rest
Okay,
in peace?
I seen
Then
that.
she's
I've
saying,
seen that,
then
a
she's
picture of
saying
them.
like she feels like they were together in a past life.
But I seen something about her and Tupac's relationship where they were friends. She kept
They
trying,
dated.
and he
They
was
dated.
like, "You're too
But
much
he
for
was
me."
like with that girl that there's like rumors going around that he had like a baby this entire time, and it just kept him on the DL with some girl. And apparently that was like his love of his life, who he was supposed to marry. But Jada has it in her mind that that's not what happened. I don't know. But she's always kind of like talked about Tupac in a weird way that I always felt like was kind of weird. Like, he's been gone for so long and you're married with kids, to continue to talk about this man in that way is kind of strange. But now I'm like, okay, well, it gotta make sense if they haven't together in 7 years. Like, I haven't really heard her talk about Tupac like that before the like 7 years ago mark. But also, I saw somewhere else that she like, I don't know, was talking like he's still alive. I don't know. Her show Red Table Talk got canceled on Facebook.
Yeah, when did that happen?
I don't, like in the last year.
Yeah.
And she's releasing a book. So that's why all of this is now coming out, because she's
read the book
she's doing a bunch of interviews. And people are interviewing her, have either read the book or someone read it and gave them tips. I don't know how that works. Like when famous people are like Today Show is, I don't know if they actually read the book or someone reads it for them and they like tell them what to say. But that's why this stuff has been coming up, because they're like, okay, the most interesting that I read in your book is that you guys haven't even been together in 7 years. And I'm like,
so the book's out already?
I don't know if it's out or she's just promoting it. I don't know. I don't know when it comes out, but
yeah, like,
my whole thing is like, did Will know that you were putting this out there, or you just put it in your book and released it and it was just like,
here it is.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Like, do you think he read the book before she put it out and was like, oh,
sure?
Because I feel like this is like as much as I hate when people post things on social media, I feel like this is like a social media post that you should have been like, hey, just letting you know my book's coming out. It has some personal stuff in it. Like but to just go on an interview like, yeah, we've been separated for 7 years. Like, that's wild to me. Very narcissistic to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, and then she started talking about how Tupac had alopecia.
Yes, and that he was embarrassed.
Like, why do and someone's like,
wait, doesn't she have
yes,
that?
that's where this whole thing started. Whenever he said she looked like G.I. Jane or whatever.
And then he went up there.
And then she tried to say that Chris Rock asked her out on a date years ago. Did you see that?
No, I didn't
And
see
that's
that.
why Will Smith got so mad.
I didn't see that.
Because he found out that he had asked her on a date and then he's making jokes about her on stage.
Yeah, that's just.
I don't know. I've like, it keeps popping up on my thing and everyone in the comments is like, we're done. Like, we don't want you to do
I just
anything
keep
else.
seeing the videos, like when he tries to kiss her and she pulls away and she's like, but there's multiple.
Yeah, it
videos.
definitely
I haven't
seems
seen
like
those.
she's done or
But he's
been done,
not.
but he's not
Not.
for whatever reason. I don't know.
You were talking about her book. You know who else's book I want to read? I love the show and I love them, but Kourtney Kardashian's man.
Oh, yeah.
I want to read his
Yeah, because he
book.
talks about how he was in love with Kim first.
Yep.
Everyone knew that. That's
Everyone
been a
knew
thing.
that.
He's been
Yes,
on the
it was
show
a
and said it
thing.
before.
Is that why Kourtney doesn't?
That's
I
why
think
everyone's been saying
everyone's
for a long
saying,
time.
yes.
He bought a house in Calabasas to be close to Kim.
Yep.
He was on their show years ago, and like he was flirting with Kim on the show.
The one that was with the
Come on,
drunk
Miss
guy.
Kardashian.
Her husband now, the one that she's pregnant by,
I can't
Travis
believe you
Barker.
put that in
Travis
the book.
Barker, was in love with Kim Kardashian, her sister.
I
First,
didn't know that.
yeah, he moved to
Yes.
Calabasas to be near her after he got divorced or broke up with his wife or whatever.
Were
her
they
name was.
dating? Did they date?
No.
I don't think they ever dated.
No,
That's not Kim's type.
So I
no.
think
Well,
that's
I didn't think Pete Davidson was either.
so I think that's why Kourtney doesn't like Kim.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that's a big reason why.
Yeah, and also, why did she completely copy Kim's wedding?
Yeah. And then she wanted to make it all about her stealing the day of her
Yeah,
wedding.
I
'Cause
still-
didn't she like model for that brand or
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
well, she was in
something like-
Italy. She
yeah.
was like, I was already in Italy, so
was it Dolce
Dolce & Gabbana, right?
It's like you can't drink H2O
She's like,
if I can't drink H2O.
What did Kim
She's like,
say?
who performed at my wedding?
Yeah, that's the word I was gonna say.
performed
Andrea
at hers?
Bocelli,
Yeah.
who I saw back in April or May. Took my grandma. That was a great concert, but you can't record. That's the only concert I've ever been to that you can't record.
That's crazy.
Like they were like legit, like turn your phone off to people, stop recording.
Oh, wow.
I recorded like the very last song because by then it was like over. And
But I do want to read his book. I think his book would be very intriguing because it comes up with Paris Hilton's in it too because Kim was her assistant, and that's how they bumped into each other shortly after he had divorced his wife, the first one. They went to like a party together, and Paris Hilton invited him as her.
the time frame seems very off with that.
I just seen a video.
He was married.
about
This
it.
is his third wife then.
No.
Yeah, no, he was married to his second wife for a long time because he has like 20-year-old kids, 17-year-old kids.
Yes.
And Kim was Paris
Well,
Hilton's
the
assistant
eldest-
like 20 years ago.
The eldest is not his.
Yeah, it's Oscar de la Hoya,
Yes.
the boxer.
Daughter.
They used to have a show. Travis Barker and his wife had a reality show.
The Barkers.
Oh, they did?
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
And I never watched it, but I've heard people say that like all she did was sit around and like sleep on the show, and he was taking care of all the kids. That's why when they got divorced, the kid that's not even his went to live with him.
Yeah.
Not even
And
wait, what kid's not his?
The oldest one,
the girl.
what's her name? Not Alabama. The other one, Alina, something like that.
Something. Yeah.
Oh.
She's Oscar De La Hoya, the boxer. That's her dad.
Oh, dang.
But Travis Barker adopted her, and whenever he left her mom, and took the other two kids, she moved with him too.
And Oscar De La Hoya has released things about like, thank you so much for taking care of her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
he's like, you're such a great person for taking in a kid that's
that man
not
don't
yours.
talk nice about a lot of people. So
yeah.
What else? I was gonna say something else. We were talking about books. Angie Martinez, you know who that is? The radio personality. She's one of my favorite books I've ever read. She goes into detail about like she interviewed Tupac right before he was murdered. Like he flew her out to LA to talk to her about the whole Biggie beef, and she has the interview somewhere still on video and just doesn't want to release it because she always felt like it was going to cause more issues than it would have. She talks about like Jay-Z fighting with someone backstage at some like festival kind of things. They used to have hip hop festivals in New York all the time. Him and someone got into a fight backstage, and he like called her and was like, she was at the thing, and he like called her and was like, can you meet me at your studio in like an hour? I want to go live. And went live and was talking hella shit on her thing. And she's like a very like big part of like 90s, 2000s rap. And you don't realize like how important radio was back then. Because radio wasn't as big. Yeah. Like that's all we listened to on the way to work. I mean, on the way to school and stuff when we were kids. But it went away so young for us that like I don't really pay attention. We didn't have like, we had JV.
Yeah.
He was like on Wild 94.9. That's like the only person I really like remember, or the person who used to do Godman.
Oh my god,
that weird.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. But we don't.
To those.
I guess LA and New York is like a big difference. That's like a big thing. But now you can like listen to other states' radio stations on like iHeartRadio and stuff. But her book is very, very interesting. I have it if you guys ever want to read it. It's very. She talks like a lot about the hip hop game, and like she downplays herself a lot. And I'm like, girl,
we should read the Jada Pinkett one and the Travis Barker one.
I'm down
for sure.
Me too.
I'm down.
Is the Travis one out?
I feel like it has to be because a lot of people. I've only seen Jada Pinkett's being like quoted and stuff from interviews. Travis Barker, I've seen a lot of people like talk about themselves, so I feel like it has to be out.
Like that one's gonna be good.
Because I think it talks about his plane crash too.
Oh, he was in a plane crash?
Yes, he's the only one.
Two of them survived, but one of them died by suicide, I think, after the fact. If I'm not.
So he didn't fly for forever.
He didn't fly until he was with Courtney.
And it was to their
wedding.
Went
like
it was a huge plane?
They went like a trip. Like a private jet.
Private jet.
After he left Blink-182, he was in a different band, and they were flying home, and the plane crashed. Even his kids wouldn't fly for the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't think I can ever get on a plane after that.
That'd be hard. Take me by boat.
Yeah,
Take
it's
me by
out.
a canoe. Oh,
it's
it is out. Okay.
Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon for like $13.
Perfect. Send us the link.
I'm trying to see. Hold on. I want to
read that.
The part about his plane crash because I don't want to get it wrong. In 2008, it crashed over South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine just
6 people were on the plane, 4 passengers, 2 crew members, and 4 of them died.
And a lot of artists die like that.
Yep. Jenny Rivera.
But
Jenny Rivera passed away like that.
The small planes are
the guy
like
who sings
very high chance.
Okay, so
and Aaliyah, no?
Okay, let me go back because he did not necessarily kill himself. He overdosed on drugs that he hadn't taken in 10 years. So I don't know if that was on purpose or not. I don't want to say the guy committed suicide if he didn't, but
scratch that.
He was prescribed painkillers and anti-anxiety medication. He continued taking the anxiety medication to help deal with the regular flights his lifestyle required. 11 months later, he would fatally overdose on harder drugs that he had not used in a decade.
That's crazy.
Said that the prescription medication he got for the painkillers opened the floodgates to his relapse. I think the plane crash killed him. It just took over a year for it to do it.
That's
what his friend said. But yeah. So technically the last survivor of that plane crash is Travis Barker.
That's crazy. Yeah, Jenny Rivera died in a plane crash.
Aaliyah
died in a plane crash.
But like, imagine how much love he has for Courtney to be able to get on a plane again.
I don't remember. I don't think it was their wedding because I don't think he would have flown. I don't think he would have flown to Italy first. I think they went on a family vacation and it was like a short flight from point A to point B.
Yeah, I think
and she convinced him like it's just like an hour and a half flight or an hour flight. Like just try it. If we have to land, we have to land.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because to Italy would have been. I don't think they would have ever planned a wedding in Italy if he hadn't been on a plane before.
Yeah, going back to the whole Courtney and Kim thing. Supposedly that's why she's super affectionate with him out in the open. Is to kind of be like,
that would actually make sense.
I got your man, weird. Or I got my man.
Kim's like, I didn't.
Whichever way you
I didn't want him. It was not Kim's man.
Kim's like, you can have him. He moved to Calabasas for me, and I still didn't give him attention. So
I think I had read something about that's why she's super affectionate, like out in the open, is because it's kind of like trying to rub it in her face.
I can imagine.
You're
like,
not.
I don't know.
Because
that's
she's
like
unbothered.
That's her problem. Courtney's problem for going after him, knowing. Like even entertaining the idea, knowing he had feelings for your sister at some point, so you can't get mad at Kim for that.
He had a crush on.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I forgot, but because he had been on the show a long time ago, like when Courtney was like first getting with Scott and stuff. Well, I guess not first getting because they were together when the show started, but like when they were first having kids, I think.
Yes, so it was known. Like that's like me. Yeah, that's just.
Did she have a baby yet?
No.
Who?
She had a
Courtney.
She
had like a
surgery.
Yeah, fetal surgery.
But no, she has not had the baby yet.
He had to leave. Like,
yeah, he flew home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing, too, is now he's on tour with Blink-182, so he would have had to drive in the...
Brianna, stop finding pimples.
in the bus or whatever it's called. Could you guys live on a tour bus?
Yeah, I could.
Yes.
I feel like I could.
Would you have to be like the main singer, though, that has the room in the back, or you think you can sleep in little bunks?
It depends.
Every now and then I need a bed.
What did you say?
It depends on how like comfy the mattress is.
I'm sure they're comfy.
The bunks.
Like, is it
every now and then just get me a room?
I feel like soon as I'm like in it and I'm like good, I'm good.
Did you
but
say
like
Tempur-Pedic?
Tempur-Pedic.
Like she got the name, brand, and everything of the mattress.
She said, "I need Tempur-Pedic, the one that buzzes for you, that vibrates for you."
I have right now.
That's what she needs in her.
When I came home from Mexico, I was like,
"Oh, me too." Even Delilah, like in Mexico, she had to sleep in like one of those.
Yeah, pop-up playpens.
Yeah, she slept whatever. So good when she got home.
When we got home, I showered her. I laid her in her bassinet because her bassinet, the ones that swing and vibrates all night and makes white noise. I didn't even have to put her to bed. I just put the chupon in her mouth. I turned around. She's knocked out. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, because it was rough in Mexico. We lay down, put our vibrating thing on our bed, knocked out.
That's
crazy.
Zayden
doesn't. I mean, my son don't sleep at all to begin with, but when we went to Tahoe those couple of times, when he loves his crib.
Oh, we brought the whole bassinet with us.
I remember that. Yes, you did, because she was hard at the beginning to sleep. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I do remember you guys like taking it apart, and I remember
I was like, I can't leave.
Trying to help you put it together, and I was like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, I need that.
The bottom. This looks way too complicated.
You did.
What does Mom always say? Back when I had kids, they didn't have these kind of things.
Pop, and that was it.
Back when you guys were my kids,
they didn't have all this stuff that I have now for the
I know, but could you imagine?
You should have seen.
I was crazy things.
Like
now.
you had you had either a pink or blue. That was it.
Crazy things now, like even the monitors that you put on their feet or whatever to see if they stop
like
breathing.
The owl,
that's crazy.
or what is
Does
it
that make you
called?
more like nervous or no?
At first, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy one. But then after, I was like,
they told me when Zayden came home from the hospital, I wanted to get one, and his doctor
because is it like a fear that you weren't even gonna? Well, yours is a little bit different because he was having issues.
Yeah, but the doctor said don't do it.
But I'm saying, so she already had the fear though. But if you didn't have that fear, like, because that's what he was already having struggles with. If you didn't have that fear already, do you think putting that on the baby's feet would open a fear that you didn't really have?
The doctor told me don't. So for the longest, for like a good 2 to 3 months after he came home from the hospital, I would sleep with my arm in the bassinet on his chest.
Yeah, but I did that with you guys sometimes, even and nothing crazy happened with you guys.
Just because just the fear, because that was one of the main reasons he was in the NICU, because he would stop breathing.
So I'm saying is like you already had that fear.
And I was going to get one and the doctor was like, do not. And I guess they're like not 100% accurate all the time.
The laser has to go through a vein or something for them to really see.
Speaking of
like
lights through veins, have you guys seen the new Apple Watches are like burning people because the EKG light is so strong?
I have a brand new one I just got like 2 months ago. It does not burn me.
The one that just released with the pink iPhone. Or whatever.
Does the one that I have the EKG thing?
The EKG thing has been a thing for a while.
Yeah,
there's only like one. It's like I forget what it is.
That was like
mine now can detect loud noises. And when I'm at concerts,
mine did it when me and my mother-in-law went to the Jodeci concert.
Mine did it when we were at Becky G like 3 times, and I'm like, I'm probably I'm probably taking years off my hearing by going to all these concerts. But
it's actually, you're right, because after the Karol G concert, I remember my ears were so irritated for like 2 weeks, and then
I never get that. So
really,
yeah, people are always like, your ears aren't ringing. I'm like, no.
Yeah, mine don't.
I did at Rebelde when Salvame, after she was done performing and everyone was screaming, I did move my ear and I can hear one of them pop and I got like a little bit nervous, but it was fine.
Yeah, that's what would happen to me.
Well, but I was fine.
Maybe mine's different because I have holes in my ears.
From your little tubes.
Maybe.
But do you think that would make them more sensitive?
Because I also had like a lot of I
thought one fell out.
Way too much earwax.
Yeah, but I still have a hole.
For like a week after.
The hole's still there, but I don't have
Yeah,
teeth
that's probably true. It's probably a thing. Because your body thinks it's going to continue to be in a loud environment.
Like even when I come down on a
maybe.
Oh, is that what
I don't know. Because otherwise, I don't think it's like earwax is like helping it heal. I think it's like protective, right?
It's a protective thing.
So I think it's just like in case you were going to put yourself in that loud situation again.
High altitude and stuff. Like my mother-in-law, she dies for days because they don't pop. Mine don't ever get clogged.
Mine hurt until I popped them, but it's not that hard for me to pop them.
Same. I just yawn or go like this and blow.
Well, that's really bad for you. You can blow a blood vessel.
Oh, the doctor told me to do that when we landed in.
I used to do that when I was
I used to do that when I was a kid too, but you're not supposed to do that. They tell you to yawn or chew gum.
Yeah,
yes, I've heard. Helps.
Okay, going back to that Rebelde concert, we went to the Chase Center. Crazy. They have like it's actually called AM/PM, so I'm assuming AM/PM paid for this. It's like a little tiny corner that you like walk. So you stand in line and there's like those like
a kiosk.
No, I'm talking about like the things that like Bart has them where like it moves forward.
Oh yeah, like the
okay, but the ones that like the ones that like
open up,
open
yes.
or whatever. Oh, open, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have to put your card at the front, and then you walk in there and there's like snacks and then a bunch of drink coolers and then snacks. You just grab whatever you want and walk out.
And it charges
and all the cameras are paying attention to what you're grabbing. Yeah. But I'm like, what I don't understand is what if you grab something and put it back? Like, this is how you put it back?
It detects that.
Yeah.
Because there was like 50 cameras and the line was going like this. The longest thing was people asking questions about how it works. I'm like, just get your shit.
When I was in San Joaquin, they had that.
Really?
You walk in, the same thing. It's connected to your ID badge.
Nice.
So somehow it takes off the money. You put your card or whatever on the ID badge or whatever. It's all connected or whatever. I never set mine up, but I just went in there one time. But it let me in. But anyway, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. And there's
I wonder if it takes it off your paycheck.
What you want to be put on there. No, I think you...
Yeah, but were you scanning your items?
No.
You were just walking out with whatever, and the cameras were paying attention to what you bought.
They have Amazon markets like that. Not out here because we're ghetto. Yes. Mm-hmm. But they have Amazon markets like that where you literally hook up your Amazon account. We are ghetto.
My cousin was trying. They have
the crazy thing is,
they were trying to get one here.
It wouldn't work here.
That's crazy.
It's also like I think the airports are like this too. But at the A's game, you go into this little convenience store and you put your stuff underneath a light, and it knows what you're buying. You're not scanning it. You're just putting it underneath this computer screen. And I think the airports have that shit too.
Dang. Less jobs.
Yep, that's exactly.
But there's both the places we went to, they still had employees.
Yeah,
the AM/PM still had 2 employees. They had one person at the front helping you figure it out, and the other person opening the alcohol bottles.
Because they have to open them. When
so there was still that would be how many people would probably be working there scanning items. Honestly.
Yeah, because even when you
we get, the less jobs we have.
But they wouldn't let anyone walk in. You couldn't walk in with someone. Every single person that wanted to walk in there had to put their card in, even if you weren't buying anything. So it's keeping people from stealing, I really think, is what it is. I don't really see how many people are going to be stealing at a concert, but you never know out here.
Because even when you go to McDonald's and they put in those new things where you touch screen, and you order your own food. That's less people because then that's less people right there in the front.
Well, but it's a vicious cycle though, because people don't want to work at McDonald's anymore, so they don't have a choice. Like it goes both ways.
A lot of people want to work there. What are you talking about?
I don't. The new generation of kids do not want to work.
Yeah, they do.
Mom, every place is short staffed. You go to like the.
They just don't want to hire people because everything's so expensive.
Well, you gotta have a high school diploma to.
Most restaurants I go to now are saying like we're hiring in big letters, but there's no one there. Like look at Mom's favorite, Buffalo Wild Wings. They have we're hiring sign on the door all the time. And they never have enough people there, and they're always running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And they're like, yeah, because no one wants to work here.
But have you guys seen how much you can make working at In-N-Out?
In-N-Out makes bank. So does Starbucks.
Yeah, there are always a hell of people working there.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because if you're going to work at a fast food, you're going to go to In-N-Out these days.
Like when I was working at the dental office, there was people at In-N-Out making more money than what I was making. And I'm filling cavities and pulling teeth out. And
also In-N-Out, you have like one specific job. You're not like having to run around. Like kids don't want to work at places where they have to run around.
Chopping potatoes.
Yeah, exactly. There's like 4 people working the drive-thru. You had 4 people working the drive-thru when you worked at Burger King?
No,
exactly.
What's crazy?
When I worked at Burger King, we had the freaking, you ran the front counter and you bagged your own stuff and made your own drinks and worked the freaking drive-thru.
When it was one busy, you had one person, you had an expediter. They were called expediting the order.
When I worked nights, it was me working the front counter, the drive-thru, making drinks. And we had smoothies and frappuccinos to make that y'all didn't have to make. Y'all just had sodas.
But why does McDonald's always say that they can't even make none of my ice cream orders?
Because they're lazy.
That's so sad.
I saw something the other day that they were like, people were trying to like get a protest together to like sue them because they are false advertising that they have.
The shake machine is broken.
That they have.
Yeah, that's what they always say. But you know what I learned? Before I'd be like, "Hi, is your guys' ice cream machine up?" That gives them the opportunity to say no. So then now I just order.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they still say sorry, it's down. But
I mean, I feel like now it's not so bad because McDonald's isn't open as late anymore. Because the problem used to be like a lot of them were 24 hours. So you have to close it down and clean it every day. Yeah, it's milk. But now that McDonald's isn't open as late, like they can close that down, and now the machine's resting for like 7 hours a night.
It sucked to clean the shake machine.
That does. And
but would you guys actually clean it?
Yes. And we had to we used to.
Okay, wait. Side note, real quick. One time we went to.
Bro, shut up. I already know what you're gonna say. One time we went on a houseboat for a week,
and on our way back we stopped at this
Burger King. Yeah, and the damn cap to the soda machine fell in my cup and I didn't know, and I was drinking it.
And then she's like, "Wait, it's still like a heavy. Like I already I'm still drinking, and there's nothing left in there."
Nasty.
She opens it up, it's all molded.
I started gagging.
Yeah, no, we took when I worked at Burger King, we took those off every single night.
And then all Burger King
every single night, and we soaked them in. Well, not bleach, but it was like the sanitizer packet, and they soaked in the sanitizer packet all night long.
And all that,
and you would like put your little like rag up in there and like clean them.
All they did was refund me my $10.12.
Yeah, that's crazy. Could have sued them. Yeah, no, we took ours off every single night.
I can't breathe. Something's wrong.
But the shake machine sucked, like having to throw the like sanitizer water through there to run it through. We ran it through there until it was clear and it wasn't coming out like milky anymore. We cleaned that every single night. Our Burger King, that's why people are always like, the fast foods are nasty. I'm like, ours wasn't. Like we cleaned the shit out of everything. Yeah. Those bathrooms were like bleached. They would go like once a week and bleach the entire.
People went in there and shit everywhere.
Cleaning the bathroom was sucked.
Oh yeah. But I had learned to just take hot water and just throw it up in there. Yeah. And there's like a little drain. Sometimes 2 or 3 drains, and I just squeegee that shit down.
Yeah, we used to like once a month or once every couple of weeks, we would like really deep clean the floor.
On
like
Sundays.
We mopped. Yeah,
it's supposed to be like Sunday night, Saturday night.
We cleaned it, like mopped it every single night.
Hot water multiple times a day. Actually, packets all over the whole store.
I never worked at a fast food or anything with food.
I did for retail. 4 hours.
I got Brenna a job and then she quit.
On her break.
No, she didn't. You always say that. She didn't.
Why did they?
No.
Yeah, because she went. No, she's like, I'm on my break and I'm not going to go back.
No,
like,
Mom, she did not quit on her break.
Okay. Yeah.
She worked a day, forgot to ask for the next day off because it was like senior ball for like Tony or something like that. So other Tony gave her the day off, or Sean gave her the day off and was like, looking at me like, tell your sister next time. Like right now she's only in training, so that's why I don't really care. But next time she needs to ask for this way in advance. She should have told me this at her interview. And I was like, no, I agree. So she was supposed to come back the following day and just never came back. She did not quit on her break.
The story.
Mom, yes, it was. I worked there.
Brenda, just be honest.
Maybe she called you on your break and on her break and told you she didn't want to go back. Starbucks gives you When you work at Starbucks, you get a percentage of stock from them.
They also pay
that's
for
dope.
IVF
Oh, they do pay
they
for
do?
college.
and IVF.
Oh, no way.
What?
Yes. If you're a full-time employee at Starbucks, they pay for IVF.
Starbucks pays for
If
a lot.
we couldn't get
There you go,
pregnant,
you guys.
if we couldn't get pregnant, because me and my husband tried to get pregnant for almost a year, I was gonna go and work full-time at Starbucks to get IVF.
I still think you should work at Starbucks.
I might just take you up on that opportunity.
You literally can walk to work.
I could walk to work now, but
Yeah, but this is a better walk.
yeah, that's true.
You're not even having to leave your housing development.
Yeah, you're right. But yes, if you work at Starbucks full time, and believe it or not, they also help with like, what do you call it? Transgender surgeries. Yes, like top surgery. There you go.
Oh,
There you
top
go.
surgery or both?
I believe
Like gender
both.
reassignment?
I believe both.
That's good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe
good.
both. But they do a lot when it
Don't
comes to
slap
like the
face.
health.
I mean, Starbucks is a very like progressive like establishment.
The reason I had found out about the IVF situation is because I follow a gay couple on TikTok, 2 women, and one of them worked at Starbucks full time so they could pay for, is it in vitro?
In vitro, yeah.
And they are on their 3rd kid now, and she just works at Starbucks and makes good money, and they pay for them.
Starbucks makes good money too. Like just in general, they make really good
And
money.
They probably
They're
pay
on
their
their
rent
third-
just from you going through.
Baseball season is officially over in California. The Dodgers lost.
I just want to be noted that I hate sports.
They went 3-0.
Arrímate tú acá.
It's my ex-husband's fault.
My
Your
dad.
ex-husband's
I won't say which one. I didn't say which one.
I said my dad. It's obvious. He knows. And that's the reason why I love sports. So okay, I'm trying to talk.
Hate is a strong word.
Estoy diciendo que the los Dodgers, lost 3-0 to the Diamondbacks. So baseball season is officially over in California because the A's, the Giants, and the Angels all didn't make it to the playoffs. So we were already we were all
made it.
1 for 4. The Dodgers made it.
Oh.
But they lost to the Diamondbacks. The Arizona Diamondbacks. So now it's...
There wasn't like a baseball World Series?
Mom, it hasn't started. The Dodgers lost in the first round of the playoff, or the second round, I guess. They were high enough up that they got to miss the wild card round, so they made it to the first like real rounds of playoffs.
She swears she hates sports, and she's like, "What about the World Series? Like, how do you even know what it
because
is?"
she's trying to be part of the conversation. So, hockey season just started.
I hate hockey.
The Sharks already suck.
It is.
I should take Kati to a game.
They can get brutal.
Those games
I
are
know.
fun.
That's why I cannot stand watching it.
The
It gives me
closer
so much
you sit
anxiety.
down to the glass, the more it's like
scary.
Yeah, I think it's fun, but it is like they're like hitting the glass. I think she'd find it fun.
Yeah,
though.
and they get like super violent with each other.
Yeah, they'll like take off their gloves and just start
Yeah.
fighting. Yeah.
Like all while on little thin skates.
Yep. But
Crazy.
you know what's about to start? Is basketball season. It starts in like a couple days.
I'm so excited for the
But-
new
Breaking news.
on that.
The Bay Area just won a contract. We are getting a women's basketball team at the Chase Center with the Warriors.
So
They're deciding on
excited.
a name. They obviously have to get some players and stuff.
Some of their name suggestions in the comments were cracking me up.
They were saying the Golden State Bippers. Mom, do you know what bipping is?
No.
When people break into their cars.
don't
It's like,
even know.
that's a Bay Area term, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they were saying the Golden State Bippers.
Hella funny.
I'm assuming they're going to be like the other teams and they're going to make them like the Golden State something. Obviously, they're not going to be the Warriors as well. I would assume they're going to keep the colors since at the Chase Center so that everything's the same.
Yeah.
They'll have to obviously change the floor and everything based on the name of it. We were talking about we should go to if the tickets aren't super crazy, we should go to the opening night.
Because you know who's
our girl
be
Kaylani's going to be there. We could take Gatti to that. I heard women's NBA or women's WNBA, right? Women's NBA games. I heard their games are like really fun. Like it's a family environment. Like it's very chill. Like
it's
out
a
of
lot
any
less.
type of like professional
Chaotic.
sports to go to, because it's mostly women and kids, like, or like dads taking their daughters or whatever. It's not like the same like drunken environment that you get from everything else out in the Bay Area. Can't go to a single thing out here without someone fighting. Have you seen the videos of the Niner fans fighting Niner fans? I'm like, aren't you on the same team?
Yeah.
Y'all are winning. Y'all are 5-0 and you're fighting each other. I'm like, girl, there's like guys punching girls. I'm like, yo.
The shootouts is what gives me anxiety.
Yeah, but luckily we were inside.
Did you
of
guys
the
hear
stadium.
about the Texas State Fair yesterday?
Yes.
Got shot
No
up.
way.
Yes.
There was videos that people posting while they're like in
with babies and strollers and toddlers, and
That's sad.
it was so bad.
It was.
You really have to have your head on a swivel.
I also follow what's
Have
crazy.
they even came out and said anything about it?
I don't think so.
The suspect charged in State Fair of Texas shooting that injured 3. At least nobody died.
Crazy.
It's still open today.
Oh, damn.
I would not be taking my kids.
It says that
open.
police had quick action to keep anyone from.
Oh, okay. Well, going back to sports, whenever we had taken our trip to Mexico, did I tell you that we seen someone there? Yeah, whatever. I'm from ELD, Mom.
What'd she say?
Taken.
Oh, I didn't even catch it.
Chicken is not a word.
We had seen someone there at the resort with the Oakland Roots shirt. Did I tell you?
You told me that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when I went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last year for the Steelers game, go Steelers, by the way. The Oakland Roots happened to be there playing the Pittsburgh Riverhounds or whatever they're called.
Did
so
you
we
end up
went.
going?
Yeah, me and my dad went. But I saw someone shopping in the store, the Pittsburgh Steelers store, wearing an Oakland Roots shirt, and I was like, "Hey!"
That's dope.
You know, Bay Area people. Every time we see someone out in the wild outside of the Bay Area, we're like, "Hey!" We hear someone say hello, and we're like,
And you turn your neck, you break your neck, like you know. That's how I feel when I see someone in the wild with a Dexcom patch.
"Oh, she saw someone driving on the gold. She saw someone driving on the Bay Bridge
on our way to Rebelde, and then when we were at Becky G, there was a girl behind me.
Yes.
I was getting a drink at the bar, and there was a girl behind me, and she was like,
her
son was diagnosed at 18 months.
That's hella young, huh?
Hard.
And she's saying that he hates his Omnipod, and I'm like, I feel like my Omnipod was the best decision made, because if you're a pump person and you're type 1 diabetic, my son was pulling out my cord, my insulin pump cord, left and right. So I went wireless, and it was the best decision. And she said her son hated it. The Omnipod does hurt more, though.
Oh, it does?
Than the, what was that? Not Animus. Animus was the first. T-Slim.
Oh, but you were on Ping before.
I was on the Animus Ping before, but they discontinued that one. And then I went to T-Slim. The T-Slim is nothing compared to the Omnipod. The Omnipod does hurt, but I feel like it's worth it for the pain, or like the pain's worth it.
Brana seen someone that she was talking to a mom in
Her daughter
Mexico.
had it. Her daughter had both like that.
Okay.
And she said that it was a blessing for them to be able to have that for her daughter.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because they can just, like, even when the girls at school, they can just monitor everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom knows that struggle.
Yeah.
But I just feel like in general, like, we have so much access to everything that we want, everything at our fingertips now. Before, like, there wasn't even really internet and on our phones and stuff. So that was never even like a thought in your head to be like, I wish I could.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're missing because you never had it.
Exactly. And now that it's like out there, you're like, oh, I wish I could afford that, or wish that my insurance covered that, or
I
whatever.
feel like that was a big thing. Like when Isaiah got diagnosed, FYI, my husband is also type 1 diabetic, but he didn't get diagnosed till we were already together at 21.
Yeah, 21.
Was he 21 already?
20. It was 2020. It was during COVID.
So he was 21 already.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to let him get a Dexcom or insulin pump, but because I had already had it and had the training in COVID, they didn't really want to deal with it. They just gave it to him. Because you're not supposed to have it for the first 2 years.
That might have changed.
I wonder if that's, I was going to say, I wonder if that's changed.
But
or maybe because he was an adult.
he did shots for like maybe a week before we were able to
They
get
also
all
let
the
him
supplies.
come home from the hospital a lot earlier,
Within
right?
like
One day or
he wasn't
something.
even there overnight.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy.
He wasn't
That was
even there
crazy.
overnight. I remember being in there for like a week.
Yeah.
Well, it was a lot different because he let him come home
and
because
I
you
was
already
a
know what you're doing.
child, and he was already an adult, and
And then you were like really sick at
with
first.
other
Yeah, he really wasn't.
no.
I
Which
remember
is kinda
when
crazy.
Ashley was in the hospital and we were there that week, and there was a family there and they were struggling. It was really hard.
Yeah, the mom was struggling giving the baby injections. I remember a little boy. We were
Yeah,
about the
that's
same
hard.
age.
That
I
was
remember
crazy.
in the room across from us.
And they didn't speak English. They were from a different country, and
That makes it harder.
Their food, and she was just like, "I've never even heard of this. I don't even know what this is. Like, what?" And their food, the kind of food that they eat, is high in carbs. It's like, it's like vegan. It's plant based, but it's rice and beans, and
Yeah, it's hard.
that's a lot of carbs.
Well, guys, our time has come. Que tengan buen día, and thank you for tuning into the Hella Chismeando podcast. Que se lo pasen bien y que Dios te bendiga.
Bye.
We'll catch y'all later.
Adios.
Adios.